Chapter 10. The morning after the dramatic confrontation at the parade, Hallowville woke to an uneasy calm. The town square, usually bustling with activity during the festival, was eerily quiet as Sabrina and Noah made their early rounds. "It's like the whole town is holding its breath," Sabrina murmured, her eyes scanning the empty stalls and sagging decorations. Noah nodded, his brow furrowed. "Can't blame them. After last night's excitement, I'm surprised anyone's up at all." As they turned a corner, both stopped short. The sight before them was one of unexpected chaos. The Haunted History stall, a festival favorite that showcased Hallowville's spooky past, was in shambles. Displays were overturned, old photographs and artifacts scattered across the ground. "What on earth?" Sabrina gasped, rushing forward to salvage a delicate-looking daguerreotype from a puddle. Noah's hand instinctively went to his holster as he surveyed the scene. This wasn't like this last night. Someone's been here. They spent the next hour carefully documenting the damage and collecting what could be saved. As the sun climbed higher, more festival organizers arrived, their shocked exclamations echoing across the square. "It's not just the history stall," Lila reported, jogging up to them with a look of dismay. "The pumpkin carving contest setup is trashed, and all our sound equipment for the main stage is missing." Noah's expression darkened. "This isn't random vandalism. Someone's systematically targeting the festival." Sabrina nodded in agreement, her mind racing. "We need to talk to everyone involved in the festival organization. Maybe someone saw something." They split up, Noah taking the west side of the square while Sabrina handled the east. The interviews yielded little concrete information, but painted a picture of growing unease. "I've been running the caramel apple stand for 15 years, Mrs. Abernathy told Sabrina, wringing her hands. "Nothing like this has ever happened before. It's like the spirit of Halloween itself has turned against us." Similar sentiments echoed throughout the square. As Sabrina and Noah reconvened to share notes, they could feel the tension in the air, thick and palpable. "People are scared," Noah said, his voice low, "and they're starting to point fingers. I've already had to break up 2 arguments between stall owners accusing each other." Sabrina frowned, a thought nagging at her. "Noah, what if this isn't just about the festival? What if it's connected to the curse?" Noah's eyebrows shot up. "You think someone's trying to stop us from breaking it? Or maybe trying to ensure it stays broken," Sabrina mused. "Either way, we need to look at this from all angles." As the day wore on, the list of sabotaged attractions grew. The face painting booth found all its paints mysteriously dried out. The haunted house attraction reported that all its animatronics had been disabled. Even the children's costume contest wasn't spared, with several entries going missing. The growing litany of mishaps sent ripples of suspicion through the town. Sabrina overheard heated whispers as she moved through the crowd. "I bet it was those new folks who moved in on Elm Street. Never did trust them. It's probably teenagers. You know how they get this time of year. What if it's connected to what happened at the parade last night?" By mid-afternoon, the festival grounds were a hive of activity, but not the kind anyone had hoped for. Instead of cheerful celebrations, people were busy repairing damage and replacing lost items. The festive atmosphere had been replaced by one of wary determination. "We can't let this ruin the festival," Mayor Whitaker declared, addressing a group of concerned citizens. "Hallowville has faced adversity before, and we've always come out stronger. This year will be no different." His words seemed to rally the townsfolk, and soon there was a renewed sense of purpose in the air. Neighbors helped each other rebuild stalls, local businesses donated supplies to replace what was lost, and a spirit of community began to overcome the earlier suspicion. As Sabrina helped Mr. Thompson reorganize the Historical Society's booth, something caught her eye. Tucked under a fallen display board was a small, carved wooden token. She picked it up, turning it over in her hand. "Noah," she called out, excitement in her voice. "Come look at this." Noah jogged over, ducking under a string of orange lights being rehung. "What is it?" Sabrina held out the token. On one side was carved a symbol she recognized from the witch's journal, a complex knot design that was associated with binding spells. "I think our saboteur left us a calling card." Noah's eyes widened as he examined the token. "Good catch. Have you seen this anywhere else?" They spent the next hour revisiting each site of Sabotage, searching for similar tokens. To their growing unease, they found one at each location, always hidden just out of plain sight. "This confirms it," Sabrina said as they regrouped near the town hall steps. "Whoever's behind this knows about the curse. They're not just targeting the festival, they're sending us a message." Noah nodded grimly. "But what's the message, and who's sending it?" As the sun began to set, casting long shadows across the square, the festival slowly came back to life. The damage had been mostly repaired, missing items replaced or substituted, and the resilient spirit of Hallowville shone through. Children laughed as they bobbed for apples, couples strolled hand in hand admiring the jack-o'-lantern displays, and the aroma of hot cider and fresh pastries filled the air. Sabrina and Noah made one last circuit of the grounds, keeping a watchful eye out for any further disturbances. As they passed the restored haunted house attraction, Noah's phone buzzed with a text message. His sharp intake of breath made Sabrina turn. "What is it?" Noah held out his phone, his expression grim. On the screen was a photo of the witch's journal, open to a page they hadn't yet deciphered. Below the image was a message: "Stop digging, or the next thing to disappear will be someone you care about." Sabrina felt a chill run down her spine. "They have access to the journal, but how? We've kept it locked up since." Her voice trailed off as realization dawned. They exchanged a look of dawning horror. "We need to get to the library," Noah said, already breaking into a run. "Now!" As they raced through the festival grounds, the cheerful sounds of celebration faded behind them. The sense of triumph they had felt after thwarting Penny's ritual was replaced by a gnawing fear. Whoever was behind this knew more than they should, had access to places they shouldn't, and was clearly willing to go to extreme lengths to keep the curse intact. The library loomed ahead, its windows dark and uninviting in the twilight. As they approached, Sabrina couldn't shake the feeling that they were running headlong into danger. But they had no choice. Too much was at stake. For them, for the town, and for the innocent people enjoying the festival, blissfully unaware of the shadow looming over Hallowville. Noah drew his weapon as they reached the library steps. "Stay behind me," he whispered. Sabrina nodded, her heart pounding. As Noah reached for the door handle, she silently prayed that they weren't too late, that the answers they sought were still waiting for them inside. The door creaked open, revealing the darkened interior of the library. Whatever awaited them inside, Sabrina knew that the next few moments could change everything. The festival Saboteur had made their move. Now it was time for Sabrina and Noah to make theirs.